It's August 11th, 1991. Tupac is in Los Angeles on the set of his first music video as a solo artist for his song, Trapped, which is a single from his first album, Tupacalypse Now. To direct his video, he hired two brothers, Alan and Albert Hughes. He liked some of their previous work and hired them on the spot when he first met Alan at a Waffle House. Two hungry, young, talented directors teamed up with Tupac, finished their first successful video shoot. Tupac appreciated their talent and hired them for his next video, Brenda's Got a Baby, which transcended his career, legitimizing him as a young rapper with a message. He hired them again for his third single, If My Homies Call. It was around this time their relationship started having a little friction. Tupac was dealing with a lot of negative press from the media about his lyrics and was even being blamed for violence at theaters showing his movies, on top of dealing with PTSD from being beaten by Oakland PD, which he was actually suing for the assault. So it was clear to everyone Tupac was stressed more than usual. From the Hughes Brothers' viewpoint, they felt Tupac was becoming erratic, not focusing on simple tasks like usual, and he would delay scenes unnecessarily. Even at one point, Alan and Tupac almost got into a fight. Luckily, cooler heads prevailed, and the video was completed. Tupac went back to finishing the movie he was working on called Poetic Justice with his co-lead, Janet Jackson. With the Hughes brothers now having a legit resume, they wanted to focus on their true passion, which was directing their own movie. So they pitched one of their first scripts called Menace II Society. Unfortunately, the studio refused to greenlight their project unless they could get a platinum-selling rap artist to sign on. So the brothers reached out to Tupac, who told them he recently made a commitment to John Singleton that he would only take lead roles in his films. However, he will help them out by signing on as a supporting character to their film. Though Tupac wasn't quite yet a platinum-selling artist in '92, he was already considered a young star, so the studio greenlit the film. Tupac then reached out to one of his best friends since kids in school, Jada Pinkett, told her she should come audition for the co-lead role in the movie. While the Hughes brothers were hosting auditions to go along with their lead character, Tyrone Turner, Jada took Tupac's offer and arrived for an audition. After the reading, everyone on set, including the lead, Tyrone, knew she was the one. She was beautiful and knew how to create chemistry with just her eyes. Everyone on set was mesmerized. Pretty quickly, the Hughes brothers casted their movie. The first day of rehearsals, Tupac is running a little late. Once he arrives, he's so excited the first person he greets is his friend, Jada. They immediately embrace and everyone around was surprised. They didn't know Tupac and Jada were so close. They were hugging and playing like long-lost friends. Unfortunately, Alan is upset, yet the cast has been waiting for Tupac to arrive so they can start rehearsals. Tupac apologizes to everyone and tells Alan he's having issues getting into his character Sharif, saying if he is going to be a Muslim character, he at least wanted the reason why he became a square. He wanted his character to have more depth for the audience and his fans. Alan told Tupac they are already behind and to just focus on rehearsing the lines. So they all get together and start going over their lines.
Rolling up on cuz. Huh? Don't know. He can't know. Huh? He can't know. I said, stop cock blocking, you little
Tupac interrupts. I don't like these lines. I'm not feeling it. Alan reminds him to focus. They all read again.
I'm about to put this nigga in the box, man. Calm down. You know how you get. 6 feet under, nigga. You hear me?
Tupac interrupts. Man, I'm not feeling that. I can't do it. Alan reminds him again. Tupac chills.
Been on the surface. It's 7 now. Huh? Nigga, I'm talking face on the brochure. Boy. Lights out. You hear me? Clap on. Okay. You got me fucked up, cuz.
I can't do it. This ain't me. Alan tells Tupac, you acting like a bitch. Tupac is surprised he would disrespect him like that in front of the cast, but ignores him. And tells him again, his character needs better lines and a story. Alan tells Tupac, let's talk in the office. A frustrated Tupac explains his issues with the character, wanting to tell the story why his character became Muslim, wanting him to have more depth to show what his character went through, feeling it would provide a deeper connection to the youth and how they need to take his role more serious. Alan tells Tupac he's not changing anything and is being unprofessional. Tupac tells him he doesn't know anything about being professional with how he's handling his set and role. Alan tells Tupac again, you acting like a bitch. Tupac steps to him and says, "Well, damn, you see a bitch, smack a bitch." Luckily again, cooler heads prevail. They both gather themselves and Tupac tells him to call his manager and storms out. Jada, unsure of what happened, catches up with Tupac and tells him she's not doing the movie if he isn't. She has his back. Tupac told her, "No, you do the movie. It's a great opportunity for your career." And he convinces her to stay. Alan makes a few attempts to call Tupac, who just tells him to speak with his manager. So instead, they decided to let go of Tupac and recast his role, hiring an unknown actor at the time to play Sharif instead. The movie was wrapped up with filming being completed in 3 weeks. Almost 6 months go by. A young rap artist named Spice One is arriving in LA to shoot a music video. At the airport to pick him up is one of his closest friends at the time, Tupac, who is clearly upset. Soon as he sees Spice One, Tupac hands over a newspaper, tells him to read it. It's an article of the Hughes Brothers saying they fired Tupac from the set for being unprofessional, showing up late, said he didn't even know his lines, even quoting, "That's the end of him in Hollywood." Tupac took offense that they would make public remarks to discredit him, partly being they wouldn't even have the movie without him. But even more, he already has so much negative controversy surrounding his name. So as fellow black brothers in the industry, they could have handled their differences behind closed doors without involving the public. He didn't realize it was this deep when he never bashed them publicly for not being supported about the issues he had in that role. But instead, they chose to tarnish his image. Tupac tells Spice One, "When I see them, I'm going to put hands on them." They are headed to a video set for Spice One, who coincidentally has the lead single on the soundtrack for Menace II Society called Trigger's Got No Heart. Once they arrive to the video set, the director Mike Gerard tells Spice One they will start up the hill to film. By surprise, the Hughes brothers pull up to the set with their friend Ryan, who plays Stacy in the movie. They wanted to check out the video set to see how it's going. They pull up in to park. All of a sudden, Tupac jumps in front of the car and tells them, "Both of y'all get out the car, we about to box." They are first confused. Is he serious? He wants to fight both of us? They all get out of the car. Alan steps up again and tells Tupac to stop acting like a bitch. Tupac mentions how he tarnished his name in the article, and since they know so much about the streets, let's handle this in the streets. A small crowd mixed with Tupac's friends and some rolling 40s Crips start to surround them. Scared, Albert remembers each video set has a designated cop. While his brother Alan and Tupac are distracted arguing, he decided to sneak away to find the cop for help. He panics and runs away. Still arguing, Alan tells Tupac again he's a bitch, then turns his back to walk away. Tupac had enough. He rushes up and punches Alan in the face. Now, it's a full-on fight. Alan breaks away and attempts to run. Before he can, Tupac's entourage jumps him. While this is happening, his twin brother Albert is sprinting full speed up the hill. He passes where Spice One is shooting his video. Surprised, some more rolling 40s notice what's going on and spot Albert trying to run away, so they start chasing him down. He runs as far as he can and spots a corner store. Quickly rushes inside to hide. Luckily, the gang didn't see him and passed by. Meanwhile, Alan finally breaks free from getting jumped. Though bloodied, he's now trying to run away up the hill. In the distance, Spice One now spots a bloody man coming towards him. They can tell his boys are chasing him. He decides to join in on the fight until he notices it's Alan Hughes, the director. He steps in and tells everyone to let him go. That's enough, so they back off. Tupac felt he got his revenge, feeling at least they'll think twice now about dissing him to the public, except he finds out he has a warrant out for his arrest. The Hughes brothers filed a criminal lawsuit against him for assault and want him to suffer consequences in jail. Tupac thought since they profit off street stories, they know how the streets worked. When it's a brother-to-brother issue, if it's real, it will be handled in the streets. Felt they tarnished his name publicly and now can't take a fight like a man. He was surprised that they got the law involved. Quickly turns himself in and immediately posts bail. Fast forward, several months go by. The altercation is now in news headlines, with Tupac even explaining his side of the story.
Tell me how you did what you had to do. Punk, slump, you know what I'm saying?
Dissing the Hughes Brothers in several interviews.
Did it in a roundabout punk snitch way. I was a menace to the Hughes Brothers, and it ain't over. I still got more than I went and everything. They got the deal because of your boy. You know, they was my niggas. They used to do all these videos for me. They was the niggas that was talking that you should help your black brothers, and I helped they punk ass. You understand me? And thought I was gonna choose a career before I choose my principles, my manhood. I refuse to play parts that don't exist. Then I leave, they fire me over the air on TV. I ain't sweat them the whole while they was filming the movie, even though I was in LA the whole time. As soon as the movie was wrapped though, I met them motherfuckers at the Spice One video for Trigger Got No Heart. I said, both y'all niggas get out the car, we about to box. His brother, his twin brother got out and started running. That's on my mama. He ran. Twins.
And that whole story, was that all true?
It's all true.
And then I think one of them said, oh, you know, that's it for him in Hollywood. And then
even in my most angriest moments, I didn't wish for them to never make another movie. You know, I mean, to me, they're comrades in the business. I went to see the movie like 8 times, and they fired me from their movie. But I wanted to support them, you know, it wasn't that deep to me, you know, but to Luke Cowards, it's that deep. So to me, I'm gonna make it that deep. Everybody's out there talking about black people unite and get together, and how could you do that to me? How could you? All I was doing was talking, you know, was saying I didn't understand this role. And I said, we can be Hollywood brothers or we can be real brothers. And if you want to take this the Hollywood way, it's cool. All right, you got me, I can't do your movie. But if you want to take this the brother way, I can see you on the streets. And if you're making movies about brothers from the streets, you reap what you sow. Then they try to blackball me. Like, I was over. After we fought, I was like, fine, it's done. You know, they fired me. I feel like I've redeemed myself. We all even, but then they started pressing charges and talking all
After
that
some more time passes,
in.
it's now trial day. The Hughes brothers arrive at the courthouse with a few Nation of Islam members for security. Right after, Tupac arrives, upset at this whole ordeal, listening to some of his new songs he just recorded, blasting his music in his headphones. He's with his brother Mopreme and a not-so-known lawyer at the time named Johnny Cochran. When Tupac walks in, he decides to sit separate from his group, choosing to sit in the front of the courtroom so he can stare down the Hughes brothers while they wait for the case to be called. They all are told their court venue has changed to a different location on site, given directions to it, so they make their way to the exit. Tupac gets out before everyone. He's clearly upset, feeling the Hughes brothers are making a spectacle with Islam security, and when he finally sees them, he clowns them for protecting the Hughes brothers. Next, the Hughes brothers appear, and while passing, call him a little bitch. Alan tells them they can fight right now. Tupac, surprised, immediately hands his jacket to Mopreme and gets in both of their faces and asks them, I'm a little bit. Nigga, you wasn't saying that shit when I was whooping your ass all over the set of that video. The security chooses to stay out of it. Tupac lets them know, you gon' need a motherfucking Farrakhan to calm me down. You got that? Farrakhan. All the while, Albert all of a sudden jumps up and squares up with Tupac, both grilling, circling each other slowly, both men standing in their fighting stance. Everyone is frozen, hoping Tupac and the Hughes brothers don't fight in the middle of the courthouse. Out of nowhere, they hear an elevator door open. The Hughes brothers with security immediately run into it and leaves. Due to the commotion, 2 officers arrive. Tupac smiles and says, officers, I'm so glad you arrived. These men were trying to attack me. Can you believe that? The officers ask if he needs to be escorted. Tupac says, I have full confidence in the law's ability to handle this situation. He turns down their offer and heads out. Once the case was called, the Hughes brothers' attorney pleaded to the judge about how Tupac is a violent criminal that assaulted them, even showing pictures of all his injuries from their fight. In the end, the judge sided with the Hughes brothers. They wanted to get Tupac evicted for max charges and wouldn't let up. Tupac decided to plead guilty and was sentenced to 15 days in jail and 30 months probation. In the end, as they all matured, both parties involved regretted how their egos and pride got the best of them, with Tupac stating in an interview and article that he apologizes to the Hughes brothers. Even though he felt disrespected, he hopes they can work together in the future. Even the Hughes brothers, in most of their interviews online, have wished that they handled it differently.
I want to pay respect to him and his mother, his family, you know. I love Tupac, you know. And when I saw a year ago, it was only a year ago, I saw the Tabitha Soren MTV interview where he not only apologized again, but she asked him, I didn't put it in the movie, she asked him, would you ever want to work with them? And he's like, no, they're great filmmakers. I would hope that I can work with them in the future. And that gave me goosebumps. I never knew it existed.
Right.
You know, and I was like, wow.
No matter who you view is right or wrong, it's important to realize these were young, successful black men in a cutthroat industry, trying to make it, achieving heights for black culture, which was rarely ever reached in the 90s. So a lot of times we get sidetracked by small issues that can turn into major problems. And let this be a reminder to check your egos and don't get in the way of what you're building, because they both together and separate, they both broke barriers that paved the way for the opportunities we enjoy now. And if you like this story, check out our other videos we have available where we bring other stories to life, and make sure you like and subscribe for more.